Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here at the Palace Hotel here at the fabulous Isle of Man, where we are here for the conclusion of the IPA Grand Finals weekend. Now, if you joined us last night, you would have seen Ross Fernie take the professional trophy in incredible style in that fantastic final against Dean Shields and really announce himself as one of the main contenders for the World Championships coming up next month. I'm joined by Mark Pickworth. Mark, just reflecting back on that performance by Ross, he's here in here to stay.
Yeah, he's got a second title now on his CV, and he's going to be one to watch for this coming season. And, could he go on and make the top five and really push probably for the number one spot in a couple of years?
And all four semi-finalists all up the game, didn't they? We didn't see the usual names in the semi-finals, the Dunsters, the Farnsworth, the McAllisters. They were all cast aside. And, is this the new breed that are coming through and pushing for those top spots?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we touched on it yesterday in the comms. These are the up-and-coming players now. And these top boys, they need to look behind them because they are coming up very, very fast. And no doubt we'll see them again at some point.
Yeah, they certainly do need to check their rearview mirrors because there's a group of them that are going to be challenging, and certainly for the World Championships coming up, it bodes well for a really intense competition.
Yeah, it does, and obviously on the 15th to the 20th of February, that's when our World Championships is live on the BBC. It's going to be incredible, and some of these players, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be towards the business end of that event.
Yeah, there certainly will be. So coming up today, we're going to start off with the amateur final, and we'll discuss that shortly. Then following that, we will see the quarter-finals stages of the Open event, which features all the players here this weekend, and then we will be live on the BBC at 4:45, where should be showing the ladies' final and the conclusion of the Open event. So looking forward to today's action, Mark. So thinking a bit further ahead about the Open, Ross Fernie still in the Open. Can he do the double?
Well, we watched him because after he'd won this title, he had to go and play an Open match at that late sort of time, and he got through 7 frames to 6 against Matt Davis, and that was an incredible performance there. And like you said, he's still batting. Can he go on and get the double? It's going to take a lot.
Yeah, it certainly is. So we'll be catching up with that when we're on the BBC. Reminder, the time 4:45. So set your alarms for that one. And the amateur final coming up. The amateurs, strength in depth. We talk about every event. These are the professionals of tomorrow. What can we expect from Adam Griffiths and Jordan Evats?
Yeah, well, you say tomorrow. I mean, Adam Griffiths, he's got enough points now to turn professional for this coming season. And he's going to be one to watch, definitely. Jordan Evats, he's missed one. He's a little bit lower down than Adam, but this is going to be one brilliant final. Yeah,
and the strength in depth in the amateurs, as we talk about pretty much every event, is pretty phenomenal. And for these guys to get to the final is an achievement in itself.
Yeah, it is. And if anybody's been following us, through Q-Score and that, you'll see another amateur, Robert Stephen. He knocked out the world champion, John McAllister, yesterday, or last night, should I say, 7 frames to 1. So that just proves how much of the strength in depth is here at the IPA.
OK, well, thanks a lot for your comments, Mark. I think it's time to get the action underway. So without further ado, let's go over to the commentary box and Dan Fairway.
Thank you, Kev. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Isle of Man for the first of our matches on the stream table today. It is, as mentioned, the amateur final between Adam Griffiths and Jordan Evats. Always a fascinating match, the amateur final. You can see Adam Griffiths there just walking into the arena. Jordan Evats also there on the right-hand side. These two have had a phenomenal tournament so far, and they have both deservedly reached the final. See the trophy they're playing for there? Well, we could see the trophy they're playing for there. There we go. There it is. For our press officer, Sean Travass, rudely interrupted the shot to take a photo of the two for the social media channels. And the referee, the man in the middle for this match, Brian Moss. And joining me in the commentary box is our very own Kev Barton. Afternoon, Kev.
Good afternoon, Dan. Good afternoon, everyone. And here we go for the final day of the 2021 IPA Tour season here at the Grand Finals at the Isle of Man. And I'm sure it's going to be no different to every day that we've had all this season. We're going to see some great pool, great drama, great entertainment. So no need to go anywhere else on your Sunday afternoon. Just settle back, enjoy. Get it on your TV, on your smart TV.
Yep.
And
leave the Sunday roast washing up for later.
That's right. Yeah. Delegate that one, and just enjoy these great players who are going to entertain us all this afternoon.
There is Jordan Evats. He's won the lag, so he's waiting patiently to break off. Warwickshire County Pool there on the side of the shirt. As you said earlier to me, Kev, that's John McAllister country.
He is from John McAllister country. And he'll be hoping for a bit of John McAllister form.
Well, not this weekend.
Well, maybe not this weekend. But yeah, no, Jordan, he's been around a few years and sort of never quite fulfilled, but he certainly has this weekend. And it could be his time to shine.
Well, he's a bit fortunate there with his first break to keep the cue ball out of the centre pocket. But it's not a bad opener.
Yeah, both these players will never have played in this arena before. Maybe not even played under the shot clock pressure. This is going to be a completely new experience for them. And it will be who adapts the best to these new surroundings and new conditions.
From what I've seen, though, from both of them, Kev, which admittedly isn't a huge amount, but I have seen a few of their matches between them, I don't think either of these two would be described as particularly slow or methodical. So the shot clock maybe isn't too much of a hindrance to them, where it would be for some other players, and that is a glorious opening shot from Jordan Evats.
Yeah, that's definitely a nerve settler. That was an excellent developing shot there. Still got work to do, those two yellows on the left-hand side that he's looking at. An obvious problem area. I do know a little bit about Adam Griffiths. I have played him in one of the tours. I'm not sure if I played him at this event in November. And very impressive, very unassuming, just gets down and keeps potting them. And a very, very talented player, and I think will be a great addition to the pro ranks next year, or this year, if he takes his status up, which I'm sure he will.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tactical return there. Jordan's got control of a pocket, now so does Adam. But I'd sort of make Adam a slight favourite from here, because Jordan's got some work to do with those two yellows on the left-hand side.
Yeah, he was looking to leave an angle on this yellow into the right centre. It could disturb them. That's not quite worked out. So he's looking at being a bit creative.
Well, is he looking at playing the yellow off the yellow into the yellow over the bottom right corner?
I think he's looking to double the left hand of those two yellows.
This is
to the right hand corner pocket.
No, that's not there.
Where's the white ball? Yeah, he forgot the white.
Well, that was odds against to start with, wasn't it? But it got worse and worse as it went on.
Yeah, he felt he had to do something. It probably wasn't the wrong shot, just didn't execute it as good as he would have liked, and obviously forgot about the cue ball. So first decent opportunity to Adam Griffiths. Left-handed player, and you never see a bad left-handed player. I don't know what it is about them.
Not entirely sure about that first choice of shot. I mean, fine, he's cleared the pocket, but he could have moved he could have moved the right-hand red. He could have potted the yellow with that. Now he's left those two reds either side of the table, tight on the cushion. That might come back to haunt him, in my opinion.
He could have played the long plant. It wasn't a very appealing shot, I must admit. But
if you play it with pace, though, it's bound to come out better than it is now.
yeah, there's definitely a case for the shot. He obviously just didn't fancy it. Maybe he's comfortable banging them in down the rails.
Yeah.
We'll soon find out. He's got this tough one coming up.
Oh, that's a lovely shot.
There you go. Who needs to move them, and he can just slot them in like that under pressure. And that's what I was saying about Adam. When I played him, he was just phenomenally. He's got this nice, easy pace around the table, and looks. I think he just needs a little bit more experience under his belt, which he's getting match by match. And I think he is definitely one to watch out for.
And this is the best experience he could get playing here in the grand finals, on the stream table, under the shot clock pressure, under the lights. This is where you want to be. Well, he's got a very tough positional shot now to get on the black, hasn't he? He's got a bit too much angle on this for me.
Well, he can just drop it in dead weight. Probably be playing it with a bit of right-hand side just to try and kill the white ball. But yeah, he could have made it a little bit easy. The last shot he played, he just hit it to the left-hand jaw. So he just hit it a little bit thin, which put a little bit more pace into the white ball. Anyways, managed the pot, no problem. And this tricky black.
Oh.
Well, we say tricky, no problem.
Well, that is an impressive start from Adam Griffiths. I questioned his shot choices, but I was proven wrong by that young man.
Yep, he looks to have a lot of talent. That cue and those arms. And it's up to Jordan now. How can he respond? How's he feeling? They've had a lot of time to think about this final. They both qualified yesterday evening time, I think.
Yep.
And, yesterday afternoon. So they've had a lot of time to think about this final. Tell the friends and family will all be tuning in, watching.
Well, Adam's friends and family will probably be the happier of the two after that start. Jordan did have first chance at the table. Didn't make the most of it. Let's see what Adam can do from the break. Oh, that's unlucky.
Yep, that wasn't very fair of the pool gods on that one. But he's, looking at Adam in his chair, he just he's taking it all in his stride. Really impressive from the young man.
Yeah, I think both these two will be ones to watch out for.
10 seconds. Extension, please.
Future. It's amazing to me how open the amateur competition's been this year, actually. We haven't seen anyone really dominate it as we have sometimes in previous years. When you get a returning professional like a Lee Clough or a Mark Boyle, and they just seem to run away with it. This year it's been very open, lots of different players getting to finals, winning the events. It's good to see. It's good to see that there's that depth there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was not the best shot there from Jordan. All he had to do was develop that red, and I think he's just overcomplicated that, and now that yellow's gone over that bottom left-hand corner pocket to stop the red, and now he's going to have to
10
play
seconds.
another development shot, and he really didn't need to have to do that.
Oh, I can't really see a way to nicely land on that red in the bottom half of the table over towards the left. I mean, it would go into the right centre. Well, you may have to get the red below the black out of the way first. You can see there as well, he's looking at it. He's looking at playing on it now into the bottom right.
Okay, that's a nice shot.
Yeah. Just where the cue ball ends up after this. Don't think he can avoid that yellow, can he?
Well, I don't think he'll be short of pace on this one. He just needs to get the white out, the cue ball out. He's got a red over the pocket.
Oh, it's stopped. It's hung. It was a little bit wide. I'm with you. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't hit it a touch harder than that.
Yeah, definitely need a bit more pace. Try and get the white out. Give himself some options.
He's left a very tricky table for Adam Griffiths to come to, though. With the control of those two pockets, but he's going to go after one straight away. He's lining up the skill shot here, isn't he?
I'm not sure the skill shot from that angle is the right shot.
Nope, he's going to take this one above the cue ball long. No, Skilly. Needs to hurry up.
10 seconds.
The shot clock. 10 seconds left. Great shot. Great shot.
Played that very well. Very well. Still got a lot of work to do in this clearance, though. The next two yellows are okay, but two at the top. And the one in the bottom right corner.
10 seconds.
That was such a good skill shot. As you say, it was off angle. Very tough. Didn't want to hit the jaw there. If he can get the cue ball up into the balk area over on the left-hand side, he could play those two yellows as a plant. Tricky, but if you get right behind it, I think most players would back themselves to get close. Surely
10
he's not playing
seconds.
that now from here. Wow. Oh, what a shot that is.
Just keeps walking around the table at that same pace.
It's like he's not done anything at all. It's like he's just knocked in one over the hole. That was an astonishing shot.
Are we discovering a new star in the IPA ranks?
Well, if Adam Griffiths finishes these from here, this will be one of the all-time great clearances. These yellows just weren't on when he came to the table.
There's certainly work to be done. Now he's going to put his cue in under a severe examination with this one. Is he just going to stun it? Or is he going to try and screw back and have to put a bit more pace into it?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it overhit it. I mean, look where the white is.
Yeah. Oh, it was going so well for Adam Griffiths.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of inexperience there. All they had to do was stun it in, and he would have had a relatively easy clip on the black. But, he tried to get prime position, screwed it back, which meant hitting it harder, which makes the pot trickier, and unfortunately the accuracy just wasn't there on that occasion. But you can certainly see from these first couple of frames that all the tools are there.
Yeah. I mean, it was impressive to get that far in the clearance, but it was just such a shame that he got that far and then missed one that, given what had come before, sort of expected him to make.
Frame.
Away, Jordan Evats levels the scores. It's one frame all.
Yeah, and held himself together well there, Jordan. That was a nice black, long straight black under a lot of pressure. And, he was up to the task, so well done, Jordan. 1-1.
Yeah, there's always pressure in getting the first frame on the board in any match, particularly a final, particularly your first match on the stream. It's been a solid start from both players.
Yep, and I think under the circumstances, I think they're both doing fantastically well. It is a very strange experience for them, you know, playing in this arena in front of these huge cameras that are bringing you these
Frame
fantastic
3.
pictures.
Jordan
Shot
Evats to
clock
break.
And the pressure.
Score tied 1 frame all.
Getting that big
Time
major
running.
IPA title on your CV. I don't know how they're holding it together with all that pressure.
One breaking in the third frame, rather. He can slink back to his seat because that is dry. And this is a decent opportunity for Adam Griffiths. There are some problems to be solved, though, that's for sure. Bit of a toss-up for me there between yellows and reds.
Yeah, I think the fact that that little cluster of yellows and reds at the top there, the fact that the sort of left hand of the sort of triangle of yellow balls goes in to the top left, and it can move the red out the way and just open everything up. I think that was probably the deciding factor.
Ooh.
Is it going to drop?
No. No, it isn't. You can never be guaranteed with one of those at that pace. Tight on the rail.
Yeah, 5-second rule. So if the ball drops in within 5 seconds, then he will be allowed to continue the break, continue his visit. But if it's after 5, then it would just get put back in place, and his opponent would resume his visit.
Well, Jordan's tried a little safety shot there. He's tried to contain Adam, tried to cover the pocket. Has he got enough of it?
10 seconds.
Well, we're about to find out. No, he didn't. Oh!
Time out.
Adam's yellow drops in 2 shots later. That will be replaced because it's dropped after the 5 seconds, like Kev mentioned. Well after the 5 seconds. It's an interesting point you raised, though, about the
UK?
the cameras, because of course you don't get that from the perspective that we're watching. But for these two players, they are sat looking at cameras and equipment and cameramen,
And lights.
and that is so unusual.
But at the moment, both players seem to be thriving under these relatively strange conditions.
Now Adam here has got a decision to make because he hasn't really left himself an angle to move that red we were talking about between all the yellows. Well,
He tried to force an angle there.
yeah, that wasn't really there. He's in trouble here. Is that... Oh, I can see a couple of sort of outlandish shots.
10 seconds.
I wonder if there's a big pocket for the treble for this one. Oh, it was close. I think he was trying both shots in one there. I think he was trying to screw the cue ball into the other red and plant the other yellow as well. Pretty sure that treble was on its way, though.
Yeah, it certainly looked close. White just got in the way. However, he's opened up the table for Jordan, and these are those sort of opportunities that come up in matches that can sometimes be the difference between winning and losing. Really important. He takes this clearance out. 1, for his own confidence, and 2, just to send a message to your opponent.
Yeah. Yeah, clearances like this are all about handling the pressure, because every single player in this tournament can take these out 9 times out of 10 in a practice. As a minimum, you would expect.
So if he's trying to move the black, it's a little bit risky.
Yeah, it's a huge... I'm actually surprised he didn't leave this red until last, so that he could just drop on the black.
Extension, please.
if he moves the black here, if he goes on and off the cushion, he could end up absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, he needs to sort of glance the half ball back of the black.
Ooh, this is not going to go too well for him, is it? Put the black in a worse position.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right shot. I think he should have been trying to screw the white to miss the black.
I think it was a couple of shots earlier than that, to be honest, Kev. I don't think he should have been that far down table at that stage. He could have easily picked off the ones up table and left that till last.
10 seconds.
Ooh, he has touched the cushion.
So that's interesting there from Jordan. A couple of times now he's played safety shots when he could have taken the attacking option, and he's decided to keep it tight. So he's obviously got a game plan, and he's obviously well aware of how good a player and potter Adam Griffiths is.
10 seconds.
So he's obviously got a game plan to try and keep things tight.
Problem is,
No risks. And
yeah,
try and grind out the result.
I think that was a risk because Jordan left Adam on his yellow over the pocket in the bottom half of the table. It means that he can now manufacture an angle to win everything. Oh, no way. How's he done that?
Oh, he's so unlucky. He's cued that so sweet. Got through the gap and just missed the yellow.
Well, how's he missed everything? That is not a big gap. What do you do now, Kev?
Well, I'm not sure if the cocked hat's on.
10 seconds.
Into the right centre off a couple of cushions. I'm not sure if that's...
I think he's trying it.
Get back of it.
Can't see anything else.
He just caught the red, and now Jordan's patience has been rewarded.
It's a dangerous strategy, though, because that patience won't always be rewarded, and Adam was a bit unlucky there, really.
Yeah, I think if that is Jordan's game plan, I think he'll be quite happy if he's forcing Adam to pull out massive shots every frame, because more often than not, you're probably not going to get them. So it's probably worth it.
I think the point I'm making is that it's a game plan that will work a lot better in the amateur section than in the professional section. I don't think that game plan is quite as...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a different game in the professional world, the players are much more expansive, and, you develop in your own game as well, and to be fair, they're in a final, both want to win, and, John's going to do what he needs to do to win, and you cannot blame him for that one bit.
Nope, and it's going well so far for him. He now leads by 2 frames to 1.
Certainly looks a lot more settled than he did at the start of the match.
Yep.
A little bit tense, rightly so. Adam just doesn't seem to change, whatever happens. There could be a nuclear bomb going off, and he'd probably just walk around the table at the same speed. By the looks of it, looks to have that sort of temperament and personality. Hopefully no nuclear bombs will be going off to test that theory, but...
I mean, I think that's a discussion for another day, but I'm not sure we'd need to worry too much about it if it were. I think the Isle of Man would...
In 4. Adam Griffiths to break. Trailing 2 frames to 1. Time running.
Frame 4, Adam Griffiths to break, trailing 2 frames to 1. Was unluckily kicked off last frame, but dry this one, so just not quite working for him on the break at the moment.
Ten seconds.
Reds. A couple of problems, notably the left-hand side and the red to the left of the black.
Yeah, I think based on what we've seen so far, he's probably just going to put a couple of reds and then try and play safety. Well, he got a nice little nudge there.
Yeah, that might affect his decision, because I think he's on that red to the top left. And if he is, well, he may have to go against his game plan here, because he's kind of being forced into going for this now, isn't he? Running out of tactical options very quickly.
Yep. It's going to boil down to probably one shot, the one critical shot that we always talk about in each frame. He got an angle on this one into the right centre, because if he has, he can send this white down, cannon into that yellow and red.
I didn't cue that.
Didn't quite judge it right.
I think he wanted to top that a little bit, and he just stabbed the cue at it, and it almost stunned up table rather than.
Yep. It looked to have a nice angle.
Because actually, he had a lovely angle there to go off the
Extension,
cushion
please.
first and into the back of them, and that would have been a brilliant way to split them out. He's shaking his head, but he's still got a chance here. He's going to play safe. He's going to try and get the cue ball in behind the black.
I think he's looking at the red that's nearest the white ball, not this next shot afterwards. White off the black. Can he get the white round off two cushions for the red into the left centre? But he's fully committed now. There's no turning back.
Well, that's certainly what he's looking at.
This is a very tricky shot. Where's the black going?
Where is the black? Oh, it's safe.
It's okay.
And he's got a snooker out of it. A hand of apology comes up. Adam Griffiths comes to the table. He's got to find safety here. It's an easy enough hit, whichever way you go. But Adam cannot afford to leave Jordan a sniff at the right hand of those two reds.
10 seconds. Extension, please.
Yeah, how brave does he want to be?
He's got to go after probably the yellow in balk, hasn't he?
Yep. Does he play it off one cushion or two? Does he try and come up behind it? He did
Great
try to
shot.
come up behind it. I think he's got the snooker.
He's certainly covered the potting angle. That's a brave shot. And he's played it well. Deserves that.
I think Jordan might have to go for a big swerve around that yellow. I don't think anything else will be good enough.
Well, he's looking at. Is he looking
10
at cushion
seconds.
first and cutting it in?
Well, no, it's very, very low percentage shot.
Just keeping it tight, I guess.
Yeah, and that shot has just really handed the frame advantage to Adam. He had a lot of table space to play the swerve, which was why I thought it was the shot.
Yeah.
If he could have clipped it in, he probably would have
10
pissed onto
seconds.
the other end and left it into the left corner.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, oh, well, Adam was trying to dislodge that awkward yellow with that shot. Hasn't worked. He's played it in such a way where he hasn't left Jordan anything. I think at the point Jordan could have taken that swerve. The thing is, it was a low percentage shot, but at that point in the frame where you've messed up a clearance and your opponent's got all the balls left on the table, everything is low
seconds.
percentage. You've kind of got to take a big risk.
Yeah, I think the shot he was playing was, well, it was just a bit of a nothing shot, to be honest.
Oh,
Foul. 1 free shot, 1 visit.
It's unlucky. He could see the vision there, so it's, don't fault him for that.
no, it's definitely worth a go.
Time running.
But it is a foul. It does leave Adam Griffiths, to be fair, a simple table to mop up.
Just got the black a little bit closer to this corner pocket. No need to develop any yellows because they all go up. So it's just a matter of putting the I's and crossing the T's on this frame. And we'll be locked up at 2 frames apiece. Just got to keep concentration under this easy. Doesn't matter how easy they are. Adam Griffiths is still keeping that same pace around the table. It really is quite incredible. There's not many players I can think of who. Maybe John McAllister is probably the best example of someone who is, just the same pace. Probably closely followed by Liam Dunster. But I can just think of most other players if. The speed just ramps up a little bit if the balls are a bit easier.
Yep.
But yeah, Adam's certainly
10 seconds.
The John McAllister mould.
It's sort of a stroll on a sunny day, really, isn't it? Oh, wow. He finished slightly off angle there. Has he fluked it? No.
Well, that is just a little bit of inexperience there.
It's just the second time now that we've seen him put far too much power into a difficult pot.
Yeah, he was trying a big deep screw back there because he did have the wrong angle. But those balls were so easy, he should just really have been a bit more precise with the positional play.
10 seconds.
Yeah, this.
Liam Dunster's just making all those just drop-ins just by his pattern play.
Jordan doesn't want this in. That's perfect. It's a lovely shot. He's weighted that to perfection. There was no way that Jordan could pot that red and get on his other red. So now he's just ramped up the pressure on Adam Griffiths.
10 seconds.
So he's got some safety options, but not sure if that's Adam's game. No, not today.
Great pot. It's not getting any easier. Got to find a double from somewhere.
Skill shot double, treble, skill shot treble.
Skill shot treble. I think it might have to be the skill shot afterwards. Oh, that was never cutting, was it? That was very thin.
But it's not bad. It's.
I think he's covered the pocket, the right-hand pocket for the other red, hasn't he? So.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing Jordan go after it yet.
Might just try and leave the white ball on this bottom cushion.
Don't know about that. He's left a double. And there is a potential of a skill shot afterwards.
There is. He could just glance off this yellow and try and snooker in behind it. Almost.
Nice touch. Well, if there's not a gap for the cue ball between the black and the cushion, and it's very tight, then that's a very good shot.
You could go up and down, pot the one over the hole, and leave the last one into the right centre. Oh, can he get behind the black?
He thinks there's a gap. Oh, shot. No.
Well,
I thought it was going to come out. I thought the cue ball was going to get round that red. Does it go? He's looking at it as if it does.
snooker behind the black with the white ball, cue ball. Oh, he's not stunned it. Oh.
Oh.
Didn't think he could play that plain ball.
He is living on the edge, is Jordan Evats. The edge of the pocket.
That is a cue ball.
What, that's... I think he's jawed Adam on pretty much every escape as well.
Yeah, Adam
10 seconds.
Only go 3 cushions.
Doesn't need to panic here. If he can just land on the yellow, he will be in the box seat. He's gone for pace.
Foul.
Yeah,
One free shot, one
I think
visit.
he was jawed on any angle where he could land on the yellow.
Time running.
I don't think it was a one cushion.
Surely just play the plant with his free visit.
Yeah. Happy as you like.
Frame to Jordan Evats, and his game plan at the moment is definitely working. Adam, a couple of occasions now, just a couple of loose positional shots, tried to play some big shots and just not quite worked for him. So but I think that's his game. You know, from what I've seen, he just wants to attack, and you know, he's not holding back. He's not going to leave anything out there. So you know, fair play. It's still early days in this final. It is only 3-1.
Adam looked like he'd settled so quickly, but ever since he went after that incredible finish in the second frame, and he really slapped one of them, massively overhit a pot down the rail. Since then, he's looked a different player.
Yeah, it's just been a little bit unsettled and just made a
Frame 5.
errors.
Jordan Evats to break, leading 3 frames to 1.
Just really inexcusable. But anyway, 3-1 it is. Jordan to break. Good break. Quite nearly got kicked in, but it stays on solid ground. Good split, and first opportunity to Jordan Evats.
Not a bad chance on reds, this, actually, because the red to the left of the cue ball will go to the top left. All the reds
10
have a
seconds.
pocket. Really take yellows. That's probably a couple of inches underdone.
Yeah, just definitely underhit that one.
They are so difficult, though, when you're queuing over a ball. You've got to raise the butt of the cue up. You've got such less margin for error. So easy to overscrew it.
Recovered.
Yeah, he's back in. I mean, probably prime position. If he's on the yellow next to the black, the red rather, sorry, which he is.
That is very nicely cued.
Yeah.
Great position. And this frame is now in his grasp. Presume he's just going to screw back to the left-hand side of the table.
Just push it through. Wants an angle on the one down the rail. That's probably a bit too much angle. He should be able to hold it.
Yeah, I think he should be fine. It's only
Just got to drop it in.
8 to 10 inch from the pocket.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. From Jordan Evats. And he, all of a sudden, is playing with a real confidence. Black will go into the left centre. He's okay. He's probably a touch straight. He might screw it back to go top right. Oh, lovely shot.
Yep, very nice finish from Jordan Evats. He'll be feeling pretty good about things right now as he storms clear now. 4-1 in this race to 7.
Yeah. Adam's got to get a break working as well, because his breaks have not helped him so far in the slightest. Jordan's breaks have been pretty good. There you see the young man, Adam Griffiths. Doesn't need to panic. That's the one thing he doesn't need to do at this stage. Yes, it's 3 frames. It's his break next. We often see, even in the amateurs, a 3-frame lead evaporate in no time at all. He needs to keep his focus, keep his head. Can't be thinking this game's got away from me at this stage.
Frame 6. Adam Griffiths to break, trailing 4 frames to 1. Time running.
Didn't quite get hold of them. Wasn't the same power in that break. If they mistimed it.
No, but you've seen worse breakmate balls. He's been a bit unlucky not to have made anything so far.
Yeah, but just that break then. I mean, not much movement on a lot of the balls.
10 seconds.
Just like he obviously mistimed it. Just giving another free go to Jordan.
Yep. It's gone wrong with the first shot.
I think he'll quite like this one into the bottom left-hand corner because he can pot it. Possibly move that yellow away from the three reds in the bottom right corner, and all of a sudden he might have a chance for 5-1.
10 seconds.
Just needed a bit more oomph on that one.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world because it will go into the right centre now. You can screw this one over the corner.
Time out.
It'll, I think it'll go into the bottom left corner as well, and that red on the right-hand side gives him a good option to get on it.
Yeah, yep. Wants the spider.
I may have to stand anywhere in this, okay? Time running. Extension, please.
He's getting all the kit out now.
This is a rarely seen piece of equipment on a pool table. Oh, wow.
Well, he's played safe, and yeah, he's definitely got his game plan on. He's got his game face on. So far, it's working from the man from the Midlands.
Just wonder if he's left Adam a double here. The yellow to the left of the black. If he gets
10
it,
seconds.
and there is a pattern available for yellows. Oh, that couldn't be any closer.
Oh, that was unlucky. It looked in all the way.
Just a slight slump of the shoulders there from Adam Griffiths. Starting to feel like the world is against him.
10 seconds.
I'm watching Jordan Effort's rifle. Mid-range red in. Not going to help that cause either.
Yeah, you can see he's just visibly growing in confidence, shot by shot, frame by frame in this match. It's all going his way.
10 seconds.
So with that yellow being over the right centre, it does make that slightly bigger pocket. He may end up taking that red that's glued to the yellow into that pocket. Certainly going to have options.
He could take the one down the rail into that pocket as well. He could take the one over the corner pocket, then play the red above it, up into it. He's going to take the plant. Oh, that's not going to drop. A lifeline for Adam Griffiths. Now he does have a chance, and it's a good one. Yeah, I think that was never a made plant into the bottom right, was it? It was always
10 seconds.
always difficulty in playing that shot.
Yep.
Oh, and now it's Adam's turn to try and make things safe, and that has gone terribly. Got the double kiss. He's kicked the cue ball out into a position where Jordan can easily see these reds.
It's just not happening for Adam at the moment.
I sort of thought Adam was going to attack then, if I'm honest. I felt like he had a semi-decent opportunity to go for them.
You might be wishing he had now, because Jordan Evats is 2 balls away from a very commanding 5-1 lead. And half a hand on the trophy and the title.
Yeah, just a pinky finger. And goes the black. He now leads by 5 frames to 1. Jordan came in with a game plan. He's kept it tight early doors, and now he's starting to assert some real authority in this fixture. Adam Griffiths sat in his seat wondering what might have been with a couple of shots, certainly in that frame.
Frame 7. Jordan Evats to break.
Jordan Evats' break has been very successful so far in this match. He would love that to continue here. He leads by 5 frames to 1. He's so close to that winning line of 7 frames now. He can almost taste it. But that might just cause a little skip in the step of Adam Griffiths. Because that is a dry break and an opportunity to close the gap. Clever shot first up. Wouldn't have been able to take that red, that yellow under normal circumstances because he hit the red first there. But because it was an open table, whatever you pot is your first colour, so you play off the red into the yellow.
10 seconds.
Now,
Extension, please.
this is a reasonable chance. Cue ball needs to slow down here, and it hasn't.
Total snooker.
Oh, well, when it's not your day, it's not your day. And Adam Griffiths, I'm getting the feeling that it is not your day. Just everything he touches
10 seconds.
certainly is not turning to gold. But he has made it out of the snooker. The way things have been going, though, I think he might find himself back in one in this frame. Jordan's tactical play has been excellent so far. He's forced mistakes out of Adam. He's got those 4 reds on the right-hand side. He'll be looking for a way to play safe and develop those in one shot. He's chosen to go up table first to clear this red out of baulk. He has finished pretty straight on it, though. Can he get back down table? Going to be some power in this shot. Nope, safety it is. Just that tactical brain open every single shot.
I 10
I
seconds.
think Adam's going to take this yellow down the line, is he? Down the rail. Try and cover the pocket for Jordan's red. It's bounced too far. That red will pass. And Jordan could take that red in baulk now. Get himself back down table. It's a much better angle for him. But he's seen the opportunity to break out those 3 reds.
10 seconds.
I think he's played it in a way that he was trying not to leave Adam a shot. But it hasn't quite worked. Adam can pot this yellow above the cue ball.
10 seconds.
Let's go top left. Everything's just gone a little bit scrappy. Jordan's in a bit of trouble here. He can only hit the red in baulk.
10 seconds.
Awful queuing. Queuing right over the black. There's nowhere really easy to put his hand. Maybe in the gap between those. Well, yeah, you can see there. He's struggling for a hand position for this shot. And what does he do with it when he sees it? Can he cut it in? Is there a long double? There's a long double. There's a big pocket. He's missed the yellow, but he's got the cover. He'll be delighted with that shot. That's probably the best result he could have had because he wasn't on a nice red afterwards. Excellent shot from Jordan Evats. Adam Griffiths going for the return and getting it. This is a very tight frame now. You get the feeling it's more important for Adam to win than Jordan, that's for sure. That's a nice return from Jordan. He's just trying to force Adam to get rid of that yellow. That will remove his tactical advantage in the frame.
Ten seconds.
Adam's just going to nudge it. He's going to try not to pot this. Definitely doesn't want this yellow in, I wouldn't have thought. Hasn't dropped. Good return. But it does give Jordan the opportunity to get this red out. He can pot this into the left centre. And play the skill shot. Terrific shot from Jordan Evats. And now he is a big favourite in the frame once again. For those of you who will be sticking with us after the amateur final, which hopefully is all of you, I can tell you that the next match on will be Gav Robinson versus Gareth Hibbett. And Kev Barton, Gav Robinson's caused a bit of a stir.
He certainly has. And we've talked all weekend about these players who have been bubbling under, gradually improving and then coming to the fore in this event. And Gav Robinson is another in that group, and he has just put out the pro number one, Liam Dunster, 7 frames to 5, and just doing what the likes of Ross Fernie, Dean Shields, Alex O'Donoghue, Connor Rees have done.
Yep.
And, not scared of these players, putting in the performances that they know they're capable of and getting the rewards. Semi-final spot against Gareth Hibbert coming up next. What a match that's going to be.
Yeah, that is... that's a bad weekend for Liam Dunster, you have to say. We spoke before the tournament about Dunster, Farnsworth, and McAllister, really. McAllister and Dunster have had bad weekends by their standards.
Definitely by their standards, yeah. And meanwhile, Jordan Evats now is 1 frame away from his first major IPA title. The amateur grand final winner. What a start to open your IPA account with, to have that on your CV. Adam Griffiths, it just hasn't happened for him. He started well in the first frame, and he's just really he's just been a little bit helpless, and, Jordan's played the perfect match.
Yeah, it's been a combination of a bit of bad luck and a bit of carelessness from Adam. And Jordan has been so measured and calm. I criticised a couple of his shot choices early in the match, and hold my hands up, I was wrong. He's played this match to perfection. He's played the tactical side of the game really, really well, and that is quite unusual in the amateur section. in my opinion. You know, you don't often see a really good amateur who's got a good tactical game. They're often amazing at taking the finishes out, but that's where their game normally falls down. So Jordan's one to watch.
And that just about sums it. Oh no, he's got a yellow. There's still hope. And just going back to the last 16, so last night's winner, Ross Fernie, he has also been dumped out of the competition by our very own commentator extraordinaire, the other Dan, Dan Davey.
I think that should be on the back of his shirt, shouldn't it? The other Dan, other than Double D.
Dan number 2. Oh, great shot there from Adam. He's going to go out with a bang. By the looks of it, shows exactly what he's capable of. So yeah, Liam Dunster out. And obviously Gareth Hibbert has just come through a thriller against Ben Davis to win 7-6. So that's another world champion out. Ross Fernie, last night's winner, he's out. Craig Marsh, another former world champion, he's 6-3 down against Luke Sanjeev. But Mark Farnsworth prowling at the bottom of the draw. He's just dumped out JJ Fall 7 frames to 3. He's in the quarters. He's going to play the winner of Clint Janssen and Jimmy Carney. Clint currently 4-2 up.
Surely it can't be another open title for Mark Farnsworth.
Well, he's made a specialty out of them this year. He's won 3 on. Well, he won 3 on the trot.
Yeah.
Pro event in the mix as well. He's seeking his 5th title of the season.
Am I right in saying he's won an event in every single tour event this season?
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, this is a very nice shot from Adam Griffiths. He's made a tricky finish. Look very simple here. Classy work. The pressure's off him now. He can let his arm go. He can let his cue go. No one's expecting him to come back from 6-1 down, but you just never know.
Yep, a little ripple of applause there. He's obviously got some fans here, and that's just got them going now.
Yep, a break dish for Adam Griffiths. There we can see some of the live scores from the Open at the bottom of your screen. Craig Marsh trailing Luke Sanjeev by 6 frames to 3. Luke, another one of those that's bubbling under that hasn't really made much of an impact lately. There's a very Welsh feel to those first 2 matches as well. Corey Rees 4-2 up and Drew Hughes.
Yeah, Drew Hughes previous round came through another Welsh battle against Simon Ward 7-6. Which is a good win for Drew, because again he is another of these really talented players that just hasn't quite delivered on that talent. And yeah, it'd be good to see him getting a good run. He's 4-2 down against one of the informed players, Corey Rees.
Frame 9. Jordan Evats to break, leading 6 frames to 2.
Back to the amateur final. Jordan Evats has the chance to put this to bed. His break's been pretty good in this match, but his last one wasn't the best. It was dry. Adam came to the table with a chance. They're just not quite generating the power through the pack, these two. But they won't care if balls go in like that. And this is a pretty open looking table.
And another result coming through in the last 16. Ryan Clark, he has defeated the conqueror of John McAllister, Robert Stephen, beating him 7 frames to 4.
Please.
Just as Craig Marsh pulls a frame back against Luke Sanjeev, he trails 6-4. He needs to win the last 3 to have a chance of that top prize of £7,000.
Jordan choosing to go yellows in this frame. He can take that tricky yellow that's underneath the black after this next shot.
10 seconds.
Don't think there'll be any thoughts in his mind of entertaining safety shots in this frame. He's got his chance here to win the title. think the black will only really go into the bottom right, Kev.
Yeah, I think he's got quite a bit of space to put the white in to get on that black. It's just, how's he going to get there? Probably one in the right centre.
Played this as a plant, or played on this as a plant. This is very similar to one that Adam Griffiths took on in frame 2, although it's a lot easier because he's behind it.
Yeah, he should just be able to stroke this in. He didn't quite grip the white ball as much as he wanted. Just quit a little bit on the shot.
Yeah, now is he hampered queuing? Is that red in his way? Where's he going to take this last yellow? He probably will have wanted to take it into the right centre.
10 seconds.
Don't know if he'll be able to now. Have to come round left centre, perhaps.
He might just come down the right-hand side. Well, he's just overhit that one.
I mean, if the black passes, he's having a look at it now. If the black passes bottom left, he can leave it long. If it doesn't, this is fraught with danger.
10 seconds.
Oh, is he going to get lucky?
He needs it to run.
I think it has. I think it's there. Big hand of apology. He's down very quickly. And in goes the black. Jordan Evats is the grand final amateur champion on the IPA Tour in 2021. The last amateur match of the season. And it is Jordan Evats who takes the title in the end. A good effort from Adam Griffiths. He started like a rocket, but it just got away from him there at the end. And Jordan, with a superb performance tactically, he was excellent throughout. He kept putting Adam in situations that were difficult to get out of, difficult to find safety, difficult to find the pot, and the pressure just told on Adam Griffiths in the end. Two players just putting their cues away. But they will return to the arena for the trophy presentation with Kev Barton.
Thanks, Dan, and welcome down to the arena for the presentation of the Grand Final Amateur Trophy. And what a final that was between two great players who've come through such a tough field to get here. First of all, a round of applause for both players who've put on a great weekend of pool. And just showing the strength in depth in the amateur ranks. First of all, can I introduce our runner-up, Adam Griffiths. Adam, it's been a great run, and you started off the final in great style. Just didn't quite happen for you in the rest of the match.
No, it didn't. No, I started off well, like you said, but nothing went for me after that, and Jordan played really well, so fair play to him.
But obviously, first major final, must be pleased to get here and learn from it and hopefully come back and go one step further. Yeah,
different conditions, so you feel the pressure a little bit more. Hopefully do it next time.
And how did you find the shot clock? Was that anything that you've experienced before?
I've never experienced a shot clock like that before. Probably should have used it a little bit more early on, to be honest. But usually a fast player, so got something to learn from. You know.
Yeah, but Adam, great performance. Should be proud. Well done. Congratulations on a great event. But our winner, the Grand Final Amateur Champion 2021, Jordan Evats. Jordan, amateur champion, how does that feel?
Ecstatic at the moment. I kind of got lost for words, really.
It's a bad time to be lost for words when you're being interviewed, but you must be proud, of your performance, how you held yourself together under, the strange conditions playing in the arena under the shot clock.
Yeah, I just took my chances, really. I just was hoping that he would fall over. His breaks didn't go very well for him, so then I was just mainly picking up the pieces, really, just playing percentage shots. Majority of times covering bags when I need to, not doing anything reckless, really. Yeah,
did you have a clear game plan coming into the competition and into the final? Because it looked that way.
Just the whole tournament, I've just been playing percentage pool, not trying to push myself over my own limits, go for reckless finishes. So I just kept on playing really the percentage shot. If I thought myself, cover a bag, and then you have a high chance of coming back to the table. That's what I did.
Well, you are the winner, and no doubt all your fans and your family who'll be watching back home, they'll be really proud, and no doubt the phone will be going a bit mad in the next few minutes.
Yeah, they've already been messaging me a lot beforehand, so I've had to turn it off really just to try to stay focused.
Well, you certainly did that, so it gives me great pleasure to give you the trophy and announce you as the 2021 Grand Final Amateur Champion. Congratulations. Yeah, so well done, Jordan Evats. He takes home his first major piece of IPA silverware. Mark Pickworth, the future of the professional ranks is in good hands with the standard of amateurs that we've seen this weekend and in the final.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, credits to both players there in the final. They put up a terrific performance. Obviously, it's the first time they've been in the arena, so they're going to have to sort of get used to this 30-second shot clock. But I'm sure we're going to be seeing a bit more from these two in this arena.
Yeah, even though Adam, be disappointed with the scoreline, you can see the signs there of why he got to the final. Just walking around the table, just putting balls for fun.
Yeah, I'm sure he's obviously a little bit disappointed, but he's got to take the positives from this and the season. He's had a terrific season, and no doubt he's going to take professional status next year, and we're going to see him on the pro ranks. Yeah,
definitely one to avoid. I think in the early rounds, can see some banana skins coming there. So moving on now to the open event, which we're going to be bringing you next, and we've got a cracking quarter-final lineup that's going to feature Gav Robinson and former world champion Gareth Hibbert. Now, Gav Robinson has just beaten the pro number one Liam Dunster on one of the outer tables, 7-5.
Yeah, he put in a great performance there, but he's not just beat Liam Dunster to get to this stage now, he's also beat Rob Duncan, and Rob Duncan's been in some fine form himself. But yeah, and this is going to be a very interesting match against Gareth Hibbett.
Yeah, and he's just come through another thriller against another former world champion, Ben Davies, 7-6 as well, so he's going to be feeling good about things.
Yeah, it just seems to be world champion after world champion, and there's just the quality in the IPA ranks is unbelievable. But Gavin Robinson, he's a bit of an outsider in this match. What's he going to do against Gareth Hibbett? Either way, this is going to be fast and dynamic, and watch out, this is going to be absolutely terrific. Yeah,
and Gav's one of those players, a bit like Ross Fernie, a bit like Corey Rees, a bit like Alex O'Donoghue, all the guys from yesterday. We all know his talent, and the last couple of years he's just improved, and maybe that victory against Dunster, maybe that's the gateway to possibly winning the title this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's had some great performances against Liam, but this is the time he sort of got one over him. He sort of thinks that he can beat anyone now, and with the way that he plays this game and the way that he's in this, his demeanour is really good to watch. So, and he has that sort of that big attitude, and honestly, it's worth watching.
Yeah, he walks around the table like a gunslinger, doesn't he? He's ready for it. He wouldn't be out of place in the OK Corral. Right, OK, thanks a lot, Mark. And, let's get the action underway now in the Open. It's a quarter-final match. Gav Robinson, Gareth Hibbert. Let's go over to the commentary box and Dan Fairway.
Thank you, Kev. Yep. Straight into the quarter-finals of this grand final competition in the Open event. Gav Robinson and Gareth Hibbert we'll be taking to our screen shortly. We're just going to have a photograph for the social media pages of your amateur champion, Jordan Evats. What a performance he put in. Heard him there in the interview. Percentage pool was the name of the game for him, and didn't it work out well? Adam Griffiths gave it absolutely everything, but it was Jordan Evats in the end who came through comfortably, 7 frames to 2. That is his weekend's work done. He can sit back, relax and celebrate. But there are still 8 players remaining in the Open competition. We are down to the quarter-final stage. Although I say that, there's a couple of matches still going on in the last 16. Corey Rees is now 6-2 up on Drew Hughes, and he looks like he's flying once again. Having a magnificent season so far is Corey. And Clint Ianson 5-4 up on Jimmy Carney. The two of them are locked in for a little while yet to come. The rest of the quarter-final lineups. Obviously we have Gav and Gaz, Robinson and Hibbert here on the stream table. Dan Davey versus Ryan Clark is about to get underway on one of the tables just behind the stream table. Luke Sanges is safely through after defeating Craig Marsh by 7 frames to 4. He awaits the winner of Corey Rees and Drew Hughes. And in the bottom quarter-final, Mark Farnsworth awaits the winner of Clint Hansen and Jimmy Carney. Mark Farnsworth looking to continue, well, to finish really what has been an amazing season on the highest of highs. The prize for this Open Grand Final, £7,000 to the winner. Mark Farnsworth has taken 3 out of the 4 Open competitions down this season, as well as a professional event. He would love to make it 5 wins from 5 events. But back to the quarters here. We have Robinson and Hibbett. And this, I believe, will be the last match on the YouTube stream today before we go over to the BBC later on at 4:45. We will have the ladies' final, both Open semi-finals and the Open final still to look forward to over on the BBC Sport website. There is just a few matches left to conclude of the IPA Tour season. We just have 5 more left to watch. Now, players lag to decide the break, and it will be Gareth Hibbert to get us underway. The Godfather against the Rocket. The Godfather will be the first player to break off the race to 7, best of 15, whichever poison you prefer. Sorry, best of 13. Gareth Hibbert, the evergreen Gareth Hibbert, always seems to be in and around the titles, the latter stages of tournaments. Don't envy the person who had to build his trophy cabinet, because I guarantee you it is bulging. I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to reach the top of Gaz's trophy cabinet, Mark Pickworth?
No, I can't reach the table on some days. So
final, quarter-final.
Thanks for that introduction there, Dan.
You're very welcome.
Appreciated.
That's.
I'm running.
I mean, it was nicer than your introduction for me last night. So
I built yours up a little bit, and then put you under the bus.
Well. That is not a great start from Gareth Hibbert. Straight in off in that top right corner. What an opportunity this is for Gav Robinson to take the ball by the horns early in this match. Really, I mean, if he moves the black out with his first shot, those yellows are just glorious.
Yeah, they are. He definitely needs to get this black ball in the Open, or at least making it potable.
Well, that'll do. I think he would have liked a thicker contact with the black, but he's got those 3 yellows in the bottom half of the table. Any one of those will afford nice position on the black at the end. He's going to go back up the table now. Get rid of those 4 in the top half. Caught that a fraction straight. It's not a good shot at all.
Yeah, it didn't look like he cued through that very cleanly.
No, he caught it thick. It went in right in the right-hand side of the pocket. He's trying to stun across to leave himself a lot straighter on this next pot. Very nicely recovered, though. The man from the northeast of England. Rocket Robinson.
Yeah, he is, and when he's in flow, he does go around the table like a rocket. One thing about Gavin Robinson, when you see his demeanour at the table, it just has that little strut. He's sort of well known for that.
prime position now.
Yeah, I think when he's not in prime position, you'll see Gav with his body language, his expressions on his face. He really sort of has his heart on his sleeve.
You certainly know what Gav's thinking, don't you? And to be fair, if you don't, he will tell you about it.
Yeah, without saying anything, just by the looks and the way he is. But he's already knocked out Liam Dunster, already knocked out Rob Donkin in this open event.
That's a real statement victory, isn't it? I mean, when anyone beats Liam Dunster, you're surprised. But no disrespect to Gav, but that result will have definitely raised quite a few eyebrows this weekend.
Yeah, it has. So, he deserves his place.
Frame.
Deserves his place, and he deserves his 1-0 lead, punishing the Gareth Hibbert break error. Hibbert with the foul break, first off. Can Gav Robinson start?
Frame 2.
Well,
Gavin
continue
Robinson
where he
break.
left off in the previous frame
Needing 1 frame to
and in
nil.
the previous match over Liam
I'm
Dunster.
running.
He's made the most of Hibbert's early error off the break. There is the facial expressions you heard Mark Pickworth talking about. It's pretty obvious what Gav Robinson is thinking. He is not happy with that split. He hasn't made a ball. He turns the table straight back
Sanction
to
call.
Gareth Hibbert. First visit to the stream table for Gareth Hibbert. Doesn't look like he has any real problems to solve here. The red on the left-hand side, I believe, will go past the yellow. And if he can drop on that nice and straight for his last ball, affords easy position on the black. But perhaps he didn't pass because Gaz has decided to move it, and he's done it superbly. Took a bit of a chance there because there's no guarantee he was going to leave himself on a red. He has dropped on the one he's moved.
10 seconds.
Nice bit of running side there to control the cue ball and bring it out into the open.
Ten seconds.
Gareth going about his business nicely here. Just got to be careful with that last positional shot. There's a bit of traffic to get down for the black. Could overhit this. Right into the either centre pocket. Could screw it across into the bottom left, or could drift down the table for the bottom right. Lots of options. Oh, he's come through the gap. Has he come far enough? Not as far as he'd like. This is awkward, Mark.
Yeah, it is awkward. I mean, he was always sort of playing that gap. Got a little flick as well, just sort of directed it towards the black. But this is far from easy, but he's made it look very easy indeed. And he's levelled this match up now at 1 frame apiece. Started off as a pretty good standard.
2 reverse dishes to start us off. It's not a bad start, is it?
No, it's not at all. And sort of the start that you sort of want in these race to 7s. You don't want to let your opponent get too far away from you. And, we've had a few deciders on this table already this weekend. I'm just wondering how many more we're going to see over these next few matches that will be coming up right on here this stream.
Yeah, we
Frame
saw
3.
a fair few
Gareth Hibbert to break.
deciding
Fourth
frames
tie,
yesterday.
1 frame all. Time running.
Most notably involving Ross Fernie, 8-7 over Liam Dunster. The same scoreline in his semi-final as well. But neither of these players has solved the biggest issue in the game in this match so far, the break. Gareth straighten off with his first, dry with his second.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this table. It's broke really tough yesterday. The first day it was sort of pretty nice.
10 seconds.
Really about finding
Extension called.
that way, you know, just to break that sort of trend and just find what's actually working.
Yeah, I mean, the only player I saw break well yesterday on the stream table was Dean Shields. He broke magnificently in the last couple of matches. But since then, yeah, not a lot going so far.
Yeah, but when you watch Dean Shields break, his timing and the power he gets behind it is incredible. He's definitely been working on that.
Well, Gav was forced into reds in this frame. He didn't want to, but it was pretty much his only choice. And you can see now why he didn't want to. Forced into a very ambitious development shot first off. He's come out now pretty much nowhere. Red, is he on this red to the centre, to the right centre?
10 seconds.
Off the yellow, maybe?
No, I think he'll go straight for the pocket.
Yep.
He needs to leave himself an angle to try and get this red out on this left-hand cushion. I don't think he can get to anything from this one.
Certainly chasing a finish here is Gav Robinson.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's probably going to have to take these 2 on the right-hand side first. I mean, he's come sort of this far now. Unless he's just going to trickle this over the bag, it won't be
10 seconds.
the worst sort of outcome.
I don't think that's normally Gav's style, Mark, but
It's not.
he may have to do that now because he's got surely very few options from here. If he can get the cue ball, if he can take the one down the rail and get the cue ball far enough out that he can land on that red in the middle of the table into the bottom left and maybe top it through into that red.
Oh, you're sounding like it's really easy. I mean, this is going to be a bit of a reach for Gavin.
It's just the only thing I can see, to be honest, that's attacking from here.
Sorry, my bad. It's my bad.
Well, as you can see, he was overreaching and he sort of rushed his shot there a little bit.
Not from the clock, okay.
Gareth can get into his work straight away here. You can see him there lining up. He's got the perfect angle to nudge into that red, break out the yellow, guaranteed to finish on Yellow in the centre. Oh, it's even better. That's a beautifully controlled shot.
Yeah, it is. He couldn't have landed on this any better.
Well,
No,
is he on it?
Action called.
Has he moved that red far enough? Doesn't look happy with it. It looks from the main camera like it easily goes. But on the overhead, does it? He's going to try and throw this in with a bit of side. There you can see the side. Great recovery from Gareth Hibbert. Just about forced the cue ball past the red. Through the yellow off angle with some side. A little bit of hampered cueing next up. Going to take this yellow into the bottom right. He just needs a bit of an angle here. On the next yellow, which he has.
yeah, just landing that white ball on the cushion, give him that angle. And really, this should be straightforward from here. You can just sort of just drop this in, leave himself an angle, on and off the cushion. Decided to get close to it. You can just draw this back onto this side cushion. This is looking like 2-1 now to Gareth Hibbett.
Really, it's the dry break from Gareth there. To a certain extent has cost Gav Robinson an awful lead from the break for Gav to come to the table. Forced into a very difficult finish on the Reds. Couldn't take them out. Gareth was left to mop up.
My bad, apologies.
Gareth Hibbert now leads by 2 frames to 1. There is a long way to go in this match yet, Mark Pickworth.
Yeah, there certainly is. Like what we've already sort of touched on, this break is so important, and it could just sort of make or break one of these players. You know, Gareth Hibbert, he is holding on to his break, his serve, whichever one you want to use. But what we're going to see,
Gavin Robinson
ball
break.
potted off the break.
2 frames to 1. Time running.
And there's your answer. It's a no. Just hit the jaw of the middle pocket there. I thought one was going to drop.
Yep, and I think he did as well, as he stares over the shoulder of Gareth Hibbert there.
10 seconds. Extension called.
Still standing up, so he thinks he's coming back to the table. This is a very tricky looking table. Gaz is going to take on this long yellow first. This is a hugely difficult pot.
10 seconds.
You can't get much closer than that, can you, Mark?
No, you really can't. I think we've seen a few sort of wobble in that pocket.
What an opportunity now for Gav Robinson to level the scores, because that miss leaves Gaz
Yes.
pretty easy looking table.
10 seconds.
Gav a little worried about his shirt touching the red on the bottom cushion there, but I don't think he has anything to worry about. He's like a rake.
No, he doesn't, but he might need to worry about his next pot. This is a little bit more difficult than what he wanted. He definitely wanted to be a little bit further right to make this yellow into the right centre.
10
It's
seconds.
more simple. I don't
Extension
think the
call.
middle one of the 3 goes.
I think it does. I think it flies, doesn't it?
I mean, that camera angle we're looking at there looks like it's pretty tight, but yeah, some of the camera angles we're looking at now,
I think on the overhead it flies in, Mark.
yeah, I think you're right. So he has got an option. He is sort of in a bit of good position.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking a lot of time over this shot, and I'm I'm a little bit surprised. I know he's working out his
10
route,
seconds.
but slightly unusual for Gav, that. Oh, he overrun that.
Well, you better go to that camera I didn't look at. So,
He certainly doesn't look particularly happy. But
yeah,
that's a rarity anyway for Gav.
yeah, unless it's absolutely perfect, that'll be the only time you'll not see any sort of facial expressions from him. And your eyes are as good as mine, Dan. That flew in.
Yeah, I mean, in the commentary box, we sort of use the players' body language and facial expressions as a bit of an indicator sometimes. And although Gav's an easy person to read because he's often not happy with the shot, it makes him more difficult to read whether he's on a ball or not because he never looks happy with it.
Is this the start of your excuses?
Absolutely, yeah.
10 seconds.
Well, you are right. Definitely, we have to use sort of body languages, and because they're the ones that can see the eye of the shot. Even though we've got a few camera angles to play with, sometimes it's not as good as the eye of the player.
10
I
seconds.
suppose that probably depends on who the player is.
Yeah, of course it does. Oh, Gavin Robinson taking these out nice and easy. He's kept this very simple, even though we've made it sound like it was nothing when. Oh, what's he done with the white?
I don't think that black pass is top left, so bottom left rather.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's come down table. Got away with that a little bit.
Yeah, because that was pacey. Unless he obviously tried to play into the cannon.
Didn't matter. It's 2 apiece. Gav Robinson levels the scores. Gareth Hibbert left to rue a very difficult pot that he missed, to be fair. You can't have a much tougher opening than that. He was queuing right off the top cushion. It was fairly straight, but it was close to the rail. Always difficult pots, those. Especially when you don't have the colour set in the frame at that stage either. So Gav Robinson gets away with a dry break, as Gareth Hibbert did in the third frame. But neither of these players have made a ball yet, legally at least. Can Gareth arrest that slide?
Frame 5. Gareth Hibbett to break. Scores tied. 2 frames all. Time running.
Yeah, it's just about who's going to find a solution of getting a ball off the break. Gareth's going to stick with his normal routine, straight down the middle.
Oh.
The white ball. How unlucky is that? When he's drawn the white ball right back to the middle of that top cushion, you're normally pretty safe. And then he's sort of kicked it towards the pocket, got away with it, and then it's come back out and then kicked straight in.
And with the free shot as well. What an opportunity this is for Gav Robinson. He can, I mean, all he's got to do really here is move that yellow. He could take it into the top right to start off with and then screw back out, but
extension called.
He's choosing to move it. Is he going to put a red safe to open up the yellow and get a bit of safety in there as well? He is.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was going to run out of time then. He picked up the wrong cue, and, which is not sort of, especially when you haven't broke, you shouldn't have your wrong cue in your hand. But he did.
Time out.
Asking for a rest.
Yeah. Time running.
I mean, Gav is such a skinny player. I'm surprised he didn't just
10 seconds.
get across there and reach that.
Didn't like it. Just wanted to.
Has he been in the tins of chocolates at Christmas, do you think? I think he thinks he's a bit bigger than he is after his Christmas dinner.
He's definitely not showing it, so there's no chance of that. These are the chances that Gav's been taken out this morning. He's been punishing the opponent. And is he going to punish Gareth Hibbert here to take the lead? It will be the second time he's taken the lead on that first opening frame.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I think he's got to take this down. This is. I get why he's going downstairs here, but he's going to have to control the pace of this cue ball. It's nicely done. He's going to have to take this in the top right sooner or later. He can't keep putting it off. I think this is the time he's got to take it on. Or is he going to leave it for his last ball? I think he just needs to, just tell Gareth Hibbett that he's here to win.
10 seconds.
I'm taking these shots on, punching them in. But he's missed it.
You've got to make it, though.
He didn't look like he ever fancied that.
No, he didn't. I mean, it's easy to say from the commentary box, but I think I would have been leaving that for my last ball, because as long as you finish straight on it, you didn't have to do a lot with it to stay on the black.
Yeah, I still think he should have took it the shot before.
Yeah, perhaps.
When he was on a little bit closer, he'd have felt a bit more comfortable because he had a bit more angle. He could sort of dropped it in at pace. Well, he's got to try and get that to the back of his mind now. Move it forward. What was looking like he was going to go 3-2 up, he's looking like he's going to be 3-2 behind.
Yeah, Gav has got just enough angle on this. Drift the cue ball across to the right hand side. These are as good as gone. It's as good as Gareth Hibbert 3, Gav Robinson 2. Gavin Robinson failing to punish. The foul break from Gareth Hibbert. It's the Godfather who retakes the lead once again. He leads by 3 frames to 2. It's been an absorbing match so far, but neither player quite reaching their fluent best yet. We have 2 reverse dishes in the first 2 frames. Since then, a couple of errors creeping in. A little bit of pressure mounting. This is realistically the biggest tour event of the season, the grand finals. Arguably after the Champions Cup in the 2021 season, Mark. It's the event the players will most want to win, there having been no World Championships last year.
Frame 6.
Yeah, we've been a little bit sort of scarce with tournaments due to the pandemic.
I'm running.
But let me tell you, we are back. We are so busy these next few months. We've got sporty stuff that starts a week today. Comes back on our screens a week today. We'll be on 4 days that week. And then after that sort of 9-day event, we'll be back at the Bradford Cedar Court with the World Championships, 15th to the 20th of February. That'll be live on the BBC Sport channel and BBC iPlayer. And then we go back to sporty stuff at the end of the February month.
Seconds.
And then when that's finished, we'll be then having the tour event, first tour event at the end of March. So a very busy few months here at the IPA.
Yeah, I'm going to have to schedule in some more sleep somewhere else because it never stops, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Gav Robinson, he certainly never stops. He's made a ball from the break. First time in the match, first time a legal break has been potted. This is a tricky finish. I don't think that yellow in the middle of the table next to the black spot really goes anywhere nicely. So he's going to try and... Oh, is he on it now?
Foul.
That was, yeah, that never went. I'm stunned he took that on.
1 free shot, 1 visit.
Well, our referee, Darren Maidment, was onto that pretty quickly. And Gavin, he didn't question it. He knew straight away what he'd done.
The thing is, Mark, he's fouled that and missed the pot thick. So it definitely didn't go. There's a huge error in judgment, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if he sort of tried to drag it in with a bit of side or everything. It just didn't look like he did anything with the cue ball.
No, he just dropped it in. I'm shocked by that one.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that miss has just sort of rattled Gavin a little bit in that previous frame.
Well, I don't think there's anything rattling Gareth Hibbert at the moment. Straight into it. Develop 3 reds on the right-hand side. Just that. The middle of those 3 reds on the left. I'm not entirely convinced that passes. Is he going to try and move it? He played on it as if it goes, so there is an argument if it doesn't go he could flick it off the side of the other red. No, flew past.
Yeah, clearly went.
If this red goes into the right centre, which it does, we are looking at 4-2.
Yeah, Gareth, he really makes these finishes look pretty simple. So this black to open up a 2-frame lead for the first time in this match. And you see it, 4-2, Gareth Hibbett, the godfather.
Yes.
Yeah, just a little bit of an accident there with his cues.
Yeah, it's been a fine display in the last couple of frames of counter-attacking pull from Gareth Hibbert. He has punished the mistakes that Gavin Robinson has made.
Yeah, he has. And I was just looking back at my notes. I mean, Gareth had 2 in-offs in this match, and Gavin's never punished any of them mistakes. They're the mistakes you've really got to punish him.
Well, Gareth's just gone to get some comfort. Is that what we're supposed to say? A comfort break?
Yeah, and
Gav's going to join him. So we should perhaps mention the next TV event we've got. A Sporty Stuff TV Champions Cup, Event 2.
Yeah, Event 2. So Event 1, if you never watched Event 1, and remember you can watch this at sportystuff.tv, there's a website page, so anybody can watch that throughout the world.
And if you did miss out on Event 1, it's all available on our YouTube channel as well, I believe.
Yeah, they'll go straight on pretty much the next day, same night. And then, obviously, we're live on Sporty Stuff TV. It's 437 on Sky, 250 on FreeSat.
Yep. We saw Corey Reese, the first qualifier for the grand finals, beating Liam Dunster in a sudden death penalty shootout just last week. And then in this event, I believe we have the man of the moment, or the man of the season, to look forward to, Mark, and that is Mark Farnsworth.
Yeah, he's going to be on your screens in this next event. We're going to be opening up with Gareth Hibbett. He was last year's winner of the Champions Cup, so he'll be opening up next Sunday. And he's got a pretty tough group, to be honest, and one of the qualifiers from the Isle of Man, because we had 2 more players get in the Champions Cup from here.
Yep, there he is, Gareth Hibbert on the right-hand side of your screen. He's back in the arena. Gav hasn't quite made it back yet, but I have just seen him walk past the commentary box, so he's on his way. But Gareth took part in such a wonderful Champions Cup final last year. And there is the state of play at the moment in the grand final open competition. See, obviously, the score here. Gav Robinson 2, Gareth Hibbert 4. Dan Davey is 2-0 up against Ryan Clark. Double D doing the business so far. The all-Welsh battle between Sanjis and Reese is going to Reese at the moment.
I'm running.
Mark Farnsworth in the bottom of the draw.
Yeah, and that match there against Clinton Johnson, that's worthy of any final. That's only a quarter-final.
What a break that is from Gareth Hibbert. The balls haven't stopped moving yet. Well,
Sounded like a collision. And looking at there's only been 3 balls potted, but God, it just must have all gone down at the same time, and that's why there's such a big noise.
Well, after 2 foul breaks and 1 dry break so far in this match, Gaz has made up for it in 1 fell swoop there. But what does he have to start off with? If he can drop the second from left yellow in the centre pocket, perhaps?
I think he's taking the plant. Or is he?
Well, it looks like he is. Taking the plant on reds. That's not the best result.
No, it isn't. I don't think he's even got an easy pot on here. That red doesn't pass into the right centre. I think all he's got is this red down into the top left on the cushion.
Would that double?
Can he get through to the fall? Oh, he can get through to that one.
Oh, yeah. This is a thin snip, but it goes in. That's beautifully done. Probably 6 inches short of pace. Love to be straight on the red in the centre. But the red in the bottom half over to the right hand side does pass the yellow into the bottom right corner.
Again, that looks like he hasn't got all the pocket.
10 seconds.
Well, as you said, he looks like he's going to be taking it on this one now, getting it out of the way. Bottom part of the pocket.
Surely the black is going to be a double here, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not going to be trying to get this out. He just wants to be putting this into the right centre, drawing it back, making sure this red don't want to be on the cushion, because then he can do a little bit more with the white ball. So it's just about where he puts his cue ball now, making sure he leaves a good angle to try and give this double every effort.
Perfect, really. You can probably just drop this, can't he? That's about right. Big double this. This is for a 3-frame lead. He's got it. He's got it just off the near jaw. But it doesn't matter. They all count if they go in. Gareth Hibbert leads by 5 frames to 2. A superb finish under a fair bit of pressure, because those yellows were absolute sitters for Gav Robinson if Gareth did miss their mark.
Yeah, I mean, that opening plant just to try and get this clearance or get a chance at the clearance was terrific. And that black, when he hit it, I thought, that looking like near jaw, and it's just hit the near jaw and gone into the middle pocket. I mean, it's all history now, 5-2. That's a huge lead in this quarter-final. What has Gavin got?
To be fair to Gaz, he was a bit unlucky to be quite so badly positioned after that plant. It was a nice plant to start off with.
5 frames to 2. Time running.
Gav Robinson certainly put his cue through the ball there. He's got the result he wanted. It's a good break. And well, really, 1 tricky yellow into the right centre to start off with. The yellows look pretty decent.
Yeah, they are. I mean, he could have let reds here if he wanted to, because that ball in the top right-hand corner, he'll be able to develop it out. It's all depending on how he feels, because that yellow into the right centre, it's missable. And when you're 5-2 down, these pockets seem to play a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It's tight to that cushion as well. He's not going to be able to get much of his cue on it. Really needs this pot to get his confidence going.
It's there.
Is in the middle of the pocket. Well played, Gavin Robinson. So, yellow balls, as you said, Dan, they've pretty much all got pockets.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be the latter end of this clearance where it's just going to get a little bit more difficult. Pressure's going to ramp up. The red on the right-hand side.
10 seconds.
I think he's going to have to play that at some stage with a bit of pace. And he's missed one similar to that in this match. But I think I think he's got to clear the 3 in the top of the table. And then just try and land straight on the one on the right-hand side. Push the cue through.
Yeah, I'm sure that's in his plans. He just needs to leave his cue ball pretty good so we can tap this yellow in the top right-hand corner, because that's the one that's going to cause him a problem. If he kisses the red, he'll be out of position. Or he'll not be close enough to the yellow that he wants to be.
Yeah, probably somewhere around where the cue ball is now, isn't it? Well, he's going to finish straight on it.
Time out.
Well, I mean, he's asked for the cue ball to be clean there, and he's saying he got a kick, and perhaps he did, but the way he was cueing it, I don't understand how he thought the cue ball was going to finish much different to where it is now, to be honest.
Yeah, and where he's landed, I think he's okay, because he'll be able to just draw this back and get position on his tough yellow. He's got to be careful of the middle pocket, though. Don't want to overcook it.
Yeah,
I'm running.
I thought he'd want to leave that thinner than that. I thought he'd been digging down at that cue ball.
No, I like this approach, what he's done here. All right, he's summed it in.
Okay, yep.
I thought he had to draw that back. But as you've already said, he's missed one of these already, and again, a little bit straighter than he wanted. He's going to have a bit of cueing sort of disruption. Yeah, he's going to have to sort of arc his arm a little bit over them reds. But no mistake there from that Gavin Robinson.
No, choice of shots here now. If he keeps the cue ball on the right-hand side of the table, he could play for this in the left centre. He could run it through right in the right corner. Left centre it is.
Yeah, I like that shot. Just keep it simple. Don't try too much. And just give yourself a shot, because he knows another frame away. And Gareth Hibbett will only be one frame away. Gavin Robinson, he's not out of this yet. If Gareth thought that he was, just with his demeanour and the way that he's sort of gone about a couple of shots, let me tell you, Gav Robinson's back in this match.
Yep, there was a fair old whack of pressure on Gav Robinson there. He has replied to it with aplomb. A nice break and finish. Now trails by just the 2 frames. One mistake there could have essentially been game over.
Yeah, it could have been, but he's handled himself well. He's just going to want a chance off Gareth Hibbett's break, because he knows he can get back level if he gets a chance off one of these 2 breaks.
To break.
But he needs to be potting the ball off his break.
Time running.
Oh, Gareth with another crunching break.
Yeah, and that chance was hoping for Gavin to get. It might not come. Not if he continues to keep breaking like this. He's got this little cluster just near the white ball.
Yeah, it's the yellow, isn't it? Below the cue ball, next to that red. That is awkward. Don't really think. Well, he could take the red to the left centre, I think, first up. But then that leaves a bigger problem with the reds, because the yellow would be covering the pocket. So I sort of think he's got to take yellows here.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be just working it out. He needs to leave himself a ball so he can get that yellow out, and maybe that one over the pocket is the ball that he's going to do that with. He needs to concentrate on getting a yellow.
Seconds.
He's down to his final 10 seconds, so under a bit of shot clock pressure as well. And you see the yellow ball potted. Now this is the key positional shot. I don't think he can get his yellow out with this one, or move the red, but what he can do is leave himself on that one in the top right-hand corner, and he can use that just to develop it out.
I think he might be able to move the red, you know.
He can.
Oh, that's not come out. Well, I say that. Actually, the yellow goes now.
Yeah, it does. He'll be happy with that.
Has he got a window between the yellow and... Sorry, between the black and the red to the left of it? For that further most bottom yellow, he does. He may not use that. But if that does pass the black, then he can just drop in that yellow down the rail and he's guaranteed position on his next ball. Because if it's his last ball, he's guaranteed position on the black as well, so no issues here at all for Gareth Hibbert.
The way he's got down to it quickly, he just knew that he was in prime position.
Probably underhit that a fraction.
Yeah, and this is a similar one to what Gavin missed. I just don't see Gareth Hibbert making the same mistake.
Oh, no. Stroked in like the professional he is, Gareth Hibbert. Reasserts his 3-frame lead and reasserts his authority in this match. Gavin Robinson now needs to win all 4 of the remaining frames. He's got to try and keep Gareth away from the table in his next break, that's for sure.
Yeah, he has. He really does.
And both these players have just worked out the break. And could that be a deciding factor in not only this match, but perhaps the tournament? Because if Gareth Hibbert learns how to break on this table, this is the quarter-final. He will not play another match on an outside table now. This is it. For the rest of the day, he'll be this table. He's going to come into his semi-final, or Gav Robinson is, not over yet. They're going to be used to this table. Whichever player they're playing will not have played their quarter-final on this table.
Frame 10.
It'll be a difference maker.
Break.
Yeah, everyone says that this table just plays completely different to the outer tables. It's obviously down to the lighting, the setting.
Oh no. Oh no, no. Well, if this isn't tournament over for Gavin Robinson, then it would be a massive surprise. Because that is an in-off at the worst possible moment. And look at the split he's left. Gareth Hibbert can move this yellow, can pot this yellow, and then it'll be colour choice time. And honestly, I'd back him to get either with his eyes shut.
Yeah, and this has probably been the best split of the match. And giving Gareth Hibbert 1 free shot, 1 visit. There's only going to be sort of one outcome.
I think he's going to take the yellow and then take the red, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, he's got choices. He hasn't now, because he's going to be where he is now, these reds.
I mean, this is easy.
Yeah, it is.
The only thing that can cost him here is something like a kick, really.
Yeah, you can't even get a poor positional shot. He does need to be a bit careful, because he needs to leave an angle on his second to last red, making sure he's not going away from the red ball. So this is the key positional shot now I was talking about. Looks like he's a little bit straight on this one. And ideally, he probably needs the white within that sort of angle where he is now.
Yep, just had to punch it. That's okay. It is a bit off angle. I think he might have to drop this in dead weight.
Yeah, puff of the cheeks there. He's far from perfect. Yeah, he's just got to drop this in. Just make sure the pot. Just take your medicine, take the odd. You're going to have a bit of a more difficult positional. Oh, on that angle there, suggests it was way off where he wanted it to be.
Tell you what, that is a beautiful shot. To hold that in the way that he has, full length of the table, superb. And now he can just use that yellow as a blocker. hold the cue ball in perfect position for what will be the final black of the match and the final black of Gavin Robinson's tournament and season. Gareth Hibbett looks paid to the Rocket.
Gareth Hibbett wins 7 frames
Wins
to 3.
by 7 frames to 3. A superb performance from the Godfather. And the Rocket will go to the northeast of England. But he can be very, very proud of his weekend's work. In particular, the spectacular win over Liam Dunster in this competition. He'll be back for the World Championships and he'll be looking to go 1 or 2 stages better. But it will be Gareth Hibbert going through to the semi-finals. He is our first semi-finalist.
Yeah, he is. He's safely into the semi-finals now, the other matches. So Dan Davey, Ryan Clark, they're currently 2 frames to 1. Luke Sanges, Corey Rees. Luke Sanges 3-1 ahead against Corey Rees. And Clint Ianson and Mark Farnsworth. Mark Farnsworth just taken the lead in that match.
Two players there. We're just going to get Mark Pickworth mic'd up for the interview. But don't forget to join us later on the BBC, where we will have 4 more matches for you. But we will hand over now to the interview with Mark Pickworth. He is with Gareth Hibbett.
Well, we've just seen a fantastic match there between Gareth and Gavin, and here's our winner here, Gareth Hibbett. How did you sort of find the way that the table played?
Played lovely, yeah. It's very reactive. Like little shots there at the end, you can just hold with a little soft screw, because I'd come completely wrong angle really, and on one of the other tables you probably can't play that shot, but you can play a little soft screw and just hold it, and just it's different to the other tables, definitely.
And of course, at the very start, both of you was really struggling with the break. You know, is that going to be a key factor if you want to go on and win the tournament?
No, definitely, yeah. You can't afford to go in off. I was lucky, I went in off at 2-all, and Gavin didn't clear up. Normally at this level, everyone's clearing up for an in-off, so that was the big turning point really at 2-all. You should have gone 3-2 up. And if you're not giving yourself chances, you're not going to beat these people.
No, and did it sort of go through your mind? You know, Gavin is such a great character within the IPA, and he's one of them feisty contenders that never gives up. Did you sort of thought he might have had a little bit of a comeback?
Yeah, everyone's like that, yeah, definitely. But he's just been unlucky on his break there and left me an easy finish, which I tried to make a mess of. But yeah, when you've got them that easy to get over the line, it's quite nice.
Well played, and good luck for the rest of the tournament. We're going to have a few matches wait, because the other sort of quarter-finals, they've only just started. But we're going to be live back on the BBC at 4:45, and good luck for the rest of your tournament.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, so there you have it. Gareth Hibbett safely through to the semi-finals. We're going to be back at about 4:45 on BBC Sport or BBC iPlayer, so join us then.